Good morning, guys. I haven't been on here for a long time, and this morning I'm talking about being single, a state of a fragile heart, because as singles, we sometimes don't recognize how fragile we are and how much we are empowered to discover who we really were created to be, to accept ourselves, to love ourselves enough, to allow ourselves to figure out what works best for us, and to allow us live the best life that God deemed when He created us. Today, I'm talking about the single state as being a state of the fragile heart, as I wrote in my book, because I really want singles to recognize that every greatness that lies within can be unleashed while you're still single. We end up coming into the world, we end up, becoming free, and we have the free will to do whatever we want as children. But as we begin to get into the teenage years, we begin to face the challenges and the peer pressure, and we begin to really succumb to listening to other people's voices over ours, and beginning to allow other people to lead us to lead a life that may not really be what God deemed for us. And this morning, I'm using the egg as an example, as an analogy to really help you understand how fragile the single state is. As an egg, you really don't know what you're made of on the inside. And that's how you are as a single person. You really don't know what you're made of. But as you go on through life, you begin to have all these life experiences that lead to you becoming broken. You think you're broken. But when you look at the egg, it's only the shell that you can see. You can't really see what it's made of on the inside. And that's the way we are with life. We don't really know what we're made of on the inside. What we see is what is on the external, and we begin to focus on the pressure, the cultural, the traditional, the societal, whatever's trending, and we begin to make that what we are really made of. But we never fully discover who we truly were created to be from inside out. And like the egg, until you break the shell of the egg, you will never really discover what the egg has the power to do. You can use the egg to bake, you can use it to make bread, you can use it to, different forms of omelette, different forms of sunny side up, boiled egg, whatever it is. And that's the way it is when you don't fully discover yourself. You don't really know what you're capable of doing and what you can accomplish. You don't really know how endless possibilities that lie ahead in your life hold for you. And so you allow other people to break and shape and mold you, but they did not create you. They did not even form you. They did not give you whatever it is that lies on the inside of you. That's a self discovery process that you have to figure out as you begin to uncover yourself through this journey of being single. The single state, like I said, is a fragile state of self discovery. It's uncovering whatever it is that is within our own shell. It's breaking the shell to be able to find ourselves, to find our voice, to really discover who you are, to accept what is, what has happened to you, to recognize that the expectations only lead to disappointments, and those disappointments only become your life's greatest teacher that can allow you to emerge into a higher level of self. And as you allow yourself to be discovered, as you allow yourself to be accepted, even though you may have been in a relationship that you thought broke you, it didn't really break you. It actually brought you to the awareness of what you shouldn't be accepting in your space, who you don't deserve to have in your own life. You may think, oh, I've been divorced now and I'm finding myself repeating patterns. Why am I dating all the wrong kind of partners? Why am I meeting the wrong set of people? It's because you haven't found your own voice yet. You haven't discovered what lies within the case of your own egg yet. And as long as you don't really figure out who you are, you can't really love yourself. We sometimes think that we know who we are, and we fake it, and we say, I know myself, no one can teach me about myself. But then somebody comes along and breaks you, and then you discover that you haven't really known yourself. What you've known is what you've told yourself. And sometimes what you tell yourself are the lies and the limited beliefs that you have created. And those that can be the ones that have also been created for you based on the environment, the family you grew up in, your background. And as long as you allow those to define you, you may never really discover who you truly are. So the process of being broken is the process of uncovering who you really were created to be, uncovering how to find your own voice, uncovering how to unleash your own power, uncovering how to discover yourself, uncovering how to figure out what works best of you, what works best for you, uncovering how to learn to build a healthy relationship with yourself, so that the more healthier you become, the healthier you can attract. And when you become healthy and feel whole on your own, it's very so easy. Life is not complicated, we complicate it. It becomes so very easy for you to attract the right partner into your own life. And when you begin to attract the right partner into your own life, you begin to look back and say, oh my gosh, did I really make those mistakes? And they weren't really mistakes, they were just experiences birthing you into self-discovery process, into your own consciousness, into your own gaining knowledge and awareness of who you were really created to be, and to begin to really love yourself, to really recognize your own worth, to really recognize that without you settling for less than you truly deserve, you will get the best. The best really awaits you when you find yourself and recognize that this state of fragility as a single person is a state of self discovery, is a state of finding your purpose, finding why you were created, and setting the pace at which every other relationship you have will go. And as long as you allow yourself to get support, the key is getting support to get out of your own way. I had to do it 7 years ago. I did not even know who I was. I thought I did, and I had all this facade that I put out. My shell was cracked open, and I felt like I was in a cage. It's like you can't cage a bird for a long time. A bird that can fly, the bird will want to get out, and that's why I found myself. And I discovered that I began to really find my own voice. I began to really understand who I am. I'm still in the process of finding myself because you never fully discover yourself at one time. It's a lifetime process. It's a dynamic process that emerges as you allow yourself to grow and grow. But once you recognize that you can't do it on your own. Sometimes you need a helping hand. I had to do 7 years ago. I needed helping hand. I tried to do it on my own for over 40 years. I couldn't. And I had to reach out to coaches that helped me really find my own voice. And in the process of me getting to find myself, I became a certified coach, life coach, and relationship expert. I wrote books on relationship. I began speaking internationally about these things because my goal is to help other people find who they are, experience self love first for themselves before trying to give love to somebody else, because the love you have is the love that you can give. You cannot give what you don't have. What you do is accept what you are not yet. And that only brings you to recognize your own power, your own voice, and to really find yourself. And the more you begin to find yourself, the more you can build healthy relationships that can help you become better, not remain bitter. It's about you getting rid of anger, resentment, and bitterness, or whatever it is, unforgiveness, and really recognizing the need to heal, the need to find your own voice. The real deal is knowing why you're here, your own purpose, knowing what works best for you, knowing how to really set the pace at which every other relationship will go, knowing who you are attracting. Because if you're not healthy, you will attract unhealthy. If you're not healthy, you will become toxic to yourself. And the more toxic you are to yourself, the more narcissistic you will become, the more numb you will be to who you were really created to be. And the more you awaken fear and ego in your life, and as long as you awaken fear and ego in your life, you will not find your own voice. You would only live in your own shadow, because those things allow you to live in your shadow and you're not really be the light that you were created to be. The key is to knowing who you are and accepting who you are as is, with your flaws. The more you accept that I'm not made perfect, the more you give yourself permission to leave. And as long as you're giving yourself permission to leave, you're giving yourself permission to find your own voice. You're giving yourself permission to say yes to you and no to anything that does not bring you growth in life. Because when you're not growing, you're dead. And when you're dead, nothing can breathe in there but stillness. And what you discover is you're beginning to repeating cycles. But as long as you're repeating cycles and patterns, you will never fully discover who you are on the inside. The key is to find who you are on the inside and let that be a reflection of who you are on the external. And the more you allow that to be reflected on your external, the more you would attract better people into your own space. The more you become healthy, the better you are, the best will come to you, and the better you attract healthy people into your own environment. So again, I'm inviting you to connect with me today to learn about why you have to be the one, the CEO of your life, to make better decisions, to change your life, to get out on your own way, to get support where needed. How you can begin to empower yourself, to discover yourself, to learn to heal, to learn to forgive, to learn to move beyond the pain, to learn to find your own voice, to learn to say yes to yourself, to learn to create the kind of relationship you want to attract. Whether you've been divorced, whether you're single, whether you've had a broken relationship, now is the time to begin to recover. There is no late time. This moment is an opportunity for you to say, I'm tired of repeating patterns, I'm tired of repeating cycles, I'm tired of trying to figure it out. and I've been trying to figure it out for donkey years and nothing has changed. But now I'm ready to take the step of faith, the leap of faith to change my own story. I did that 7 years ago. I mean, I lived under in my own shadow for so long and I did not even recognize it. I used to condemn coaches until I had three coaches in my life that really helped me transform my life. And now I'm on the path to doing the same thing for other people to really help them live the best life while you still have the chance. Not everyone got the opportunity to be awake today. It's a privilege, it's a gift, it's a blessing. And the blessing lies in you understanding that you can change the trajectory of your life. You can change your own narrative. You can begin to live the best life in this moment by recognizing how to discover yourself while still single, how to really empower yourself to attract better, how to have the best relationship that can last a lifetime. But without you taking that step, you will never discover what it is that lies on the inside of you. You will never really know what you're made of. You will never really find your own voice and learn to say yes to yourself and no to anything that no longer serves you or whatever is not allowing you to grow. So I invite you to connect with me. Feel free to inbox me, email me, coaching@chemistryconnect.com, and I'll be more than happy to support you on this journey called life. Visit my website at chemistryconnect.com and read articles on um on dating or finding love and attracting the best love. I have one there that says the difference between falling in love and loving someone. There's a huge difference between falling in love with someone and loving someone. If you haven't loved yourself, you can't love anybody else. If you don't love yourself, you can't be happy. If you're not happy, you would only attract unhappy and unhealthy people into your own space as well. So again, connect with me. Feel free, connect with me, and let's get to the journey of leading you to live your best life, leading you to build healthy relationships, starting with yourself so that you can attract better and you can have the healthy relationship that will last a lifetime without so much conflicts and so much issues that break you further, but help you discover how powerful you are on the inside and you building purposefully with your partner while you're both living to fulfill your purpose on earth. I hope you all have an amazing day and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. God bless. Bye bye.